Check this out though. You wanna go to the chiropractor? I'll give you an adjustment. Alright, I'll leave you alone. I'll be right back.
Thanks for watching Weddings by Cled. Today, we're gonna talk about something that I don't even have to spell out, DIY. Okay, I did spell it, but I don't have to say what it means because you already know. DIY has become such a buzzword in weddings that it's like out of control. If you had said DIY to me when I started doing this, I would not have known what the hell you were talking about. Now it's everywhere. We're gonna talk about some of the things that you should DIY and that you shouldn't DIY. So let me just say one thing, like when he pops that rock on your finger, it doesn't like just turn you into Martha Stewart. You don't just become crafty because you're engaged. And I think, you know, like a lot of brides, because, you know, maybe it's so on trend or, you know, they just wanna put their hand in something having to do with the wedding, they wanna do something. So today we're gonna talk about some things that, you know, you can do without stressing you out too much, because that's what it all boils down to here. Do the DIY if it doesn't stress you out. If it's something that you truly deep down enjoy. Don't do it just to save money. There are other ways to do things, and don't do it unless you have enough time. So one of the most important things with DIY is don't mess with anything perishable, okay? That includes fresh flowers and food. So, you know, we'll talk more details about it, but doing your own flowers, I've seen it. Even if you do have some experience in it, it's just not something you want to be doing on the morning of your wedding. You're gonna laugh, okay? Because I decided to do a little bit of DIY for my own wedding. So 26 years ago, when I got married, bridesmaids actually used to wear headpieces. So I decided to make the headpieces for my bridesmaids. So I know you're probably laughing now, and I don't even know if my bridesmaids really appreciated it, but the thing about that DIY project is it gave me a lot of happiness. I really enjoyed doing it. I thought the look was really pulled together, and I had the time to do it. It wasn't something that I was rushing to do in the last minute. The other DIY project that I did for my own wedding didn't give me as much pleasure because I had to do it at the last minute. After my rehearsal dinner, I was up all night tying these little ribbons through my programs, which was just not a good idea. For the small amount of money it would have cost for a printer to do it, it would have really put my mind at ease and I could have relaxed and enjoyed the night before my wedding. So something that we see a lot more of that I love about weddings today is that they're very personalized. Do you notice there's a lot of signs used in weddings? Welcome to the wedding, sit on this side, don't take pictures, at the gift table, at the favor table. And I think they're really cool. And here's a shot from a wedding that we did at the homestead last year where the bride had her calligrapher design this sign with her seating chart on it. And there you can see John from our crew putting it together. So it's like almost twice as tall as he is. Okay, so one area where it's really safe to DIY are table numbers. This is something that you can really personalize for your wedding and that you can have the time to do. It's not something that you have to crunch into the last week. These were made by actually the mother of the bride, who was like super crafty, and I actually planned both her daughter's weddings, and she put together these beautiful table numbers. The table number actually had a picture of either the bride or groom at the age of the table number, so a picture of them when they were 4, when they were 5, when they were 6, and they also had a Bible verse in there that started with the number of the table number, and it was just done beautifully, so you can see that. Another safe DIY is if you're good at like canning or making something that lasts, that's an awesome thing to do for your guests, and it's a favor that really has personality to it. So if you're, if you're from a region where you make honey or you make jam, you have enough time to make it, to can it, to label it, and put it away in time for your wedding. Here's something that you shouldn't DIY. Okay, when I hear brides say to me that they're doing their own flowers, I'm like, what are you thinking? Do you know what flowers look like when they come in? They look like freeze-dried nothings. I mean, when we get our floral in to do an event, we start processing it like the Monday or the Tuesday before the event. All of the flowers have to open. You have to give them time to hydrate. Then you have to design them. And let me tell you, as beautiful as they are, and as much as I enjoy doing it, it is messy, and it is not something that you want to have your manicured hands in the week of your wedding. I don't care how much money it's going to save you. It is not worth it, I promise you. And a lot of floral designs have to be done like the morning of the wedding. And this is something that really makes me laugh. Like when some brides come to me and they're like, oh, well, me and my bridesmaids are gonna get together on the morning of the wedding and we're gonna make flowers. I'm like, really? That's not what they wanna do. They hate you. They hate you for that, trust me. There's so much to do on the day of the wedding. You should be having your hair done. You should be having your makeup done. Even if you're not like a glammy type girl, go on a hike or something. Get a massage if you're not into the hair and the makeup, but don't do work. It's the last thing you want to be doing on your wedding. Your makeup looks great, by the way. You're really good at putting makeup on. Your hair, it looks amazing. Guess what? Don't do it on your wedding day. I know you think you're good at it, and you are, but here again, just like be a diva. Let yourself be served. It's relaxing to have those things done. This needs to last for, I don't know, 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours. You want to look really good in your photography. Do you really know makeup well enough to make it last, okay? Probably not. So you want to make sure you have a professional doing those things. And you also want to have a professional doing your bridesmaids' makeup because you want everybody to look good in the photos, right? The other thing is wedding directing, DIY wedding directing. What are you thinking? It's really hard to like be the bride and direct the wedding. You should definitely, number one, hire a professional. And if you don't hire a professional for that, at least make it someone who's not like there to enjoy themselves, because you're not enjoying yourself if you're directing a wedding. You need to be there before everyone's there. You need to check in vendors. You need to write a timeline. You need to keep everyone on the timeline. And you need to have communicated enough with the bride to know all the answers when the vendors ask them or whoever asks questions. Okay, so here's the skinny. If the DIY has actual like enjoyment behind it, if it has actual love behind it, and your hand is in it, and it's something that you really enjoy doing and you're proud of, go for it. All the way. But if it's something that you're doing like just to save money, or just because it's like trendy to do DIYs now, trust me, it's gonna stress you out. And you don't wanna be stressed out in the month, in the week leading up to your wedding. That's the time when you should be enjoying yourself. So again, guys, thanks for watching today. I can't wait to hear about your DIYs in the comments below. How was that? Was it too newsy? I forgot what I was supposed to, did I?